Hi everybody, welcome to the Stitcher Girl podcast. My name is Julia and I'm coming to you from Moncton, New Brunswick, which is in the Maritimes of Canada. So I hope everybody's doing well. I want to thank everybody out there for all the feedback on my first episode. For those who subscribed, thank you. And to all those who made comments and who put thumbs up, thank you. It was really great to hear from some of you. And so here we go, episode 2. So we'll see how this goes. I apologize for the hot mess hair I had last time. I didn't realize how sexy that was until I watched my own podcast, and I was slightly horrified, but I wasn't retaping. Sometimes you just have to take me as I am. So here I am in the Maritimes, where it's looks like we might be getting a little bit of a rainstorm. Not sure. It was nice out there before when I was out. Lately, though, in the mornings, it's been getting really chilly here. It's been like 3-4 Celsius, which is like 38 Fahrenheit or something insane. And it's only the middle of September. So it definitely feels like summer has left us. And but I think that's okay, because I think a lot of podcasters out there, they seem to really be into fall. People seem to really like fall. So yeah, I'm very much a fall person, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to the cooler weather. So this is a podcast about all kinds of things, whether it's quilting, rug hooking, spinning, embroidery. What else is there out there? There's so many things. But lately, it's been about cross stitch. And this is something that I've returned to this year, actually. I haven't been doing it for a few years, and there has definitely been a resurgence. And there's a lot of excitement out there for cross stitch. So it's great to be a part of this community. It's great to be podcasting, and it's a really great time. I think everybody is out there doing their own thing, and you know, whether you're a painter, an artist, whatever, you know, it's really important to take time for you and do things that make you happy. So yeah, so welcome everybody. So here I am, Julia the Stitcher Girl, coming to you from the Maritimes, and I did create a bit of some notes today so I could be somewhat productive and make sense as I go along here. So what was I going to say? Right. So this episode, I'm calling it the SAL Situation. The SAL. The Stitch Along Situation. Because I am following a few of them. And I'm lucky where I'm using some of my projects for a couple of them. A couple of these SALs. So that's, you know, quite fun, and it's great. It's great to kind of join in and see what other people are doing for these SALs. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the 24 hours of cross stitch, which I'm sure you've heard about. And if you haven't, well, maybe you're not a cross stitcher. But this is something that Quirks and Stitches that Jen has started, her and her mom. They've been doing these wonderful podcasts, and they've been doing these 24 hours of cross stitch where there's a weekend, and they, you know, the goal is to try and stitch for 24 hours. Some people might try to do it consecutively. Some might take breaks throughout. But the goal is to focus for, you know, that weekend or whatever. I usually work at night and work on weekends, so it's hard to kind of do it when it's being held. But I try to, you know, find my own chunk of time, and I might start it on the Friday before I go to work, and then I might do some more on the weekend and finish up on Monday to try and get in my 24 hours. But, you know, sometimes the girl's got to sleep. Sometimes. So the hashtag for that is 24 hours of cross stitch, and there is a Facebook group which you can check out. And also Jen's been creating these acrostics for the month, and this one for September has been shorter days. Shorter days, yeah, because the days are getting shorter. So that was a pretty smart acrostic, shorter days. So I am participating in that one. And another one that's going on this month is called September Sampler. Or is it Sampler September? Whatever. You know what I mean, because you people know. You people know. Hashtag Sampler September. And this was put out by Teresa of the Kitten Stitcher. No, she's the Kitten Stitcher. So she's lovely, beautiful kitty cats. As do I, Cherub in Wellington. Thanks for asking. And yeah, so this is a month to do samplers. And if you type in the hashtag on Instagram, oh my God, the samplers that are popping up in my feed, I'm telling you, I have such like FOMO and like this crazy sampler envy, and I want to start all the samplers. But you know, a girl's got a budget here. A girl's got a budget, and this girl is going to like an amazing event the first week of October. It's Knit City in Vancouver, and the girl has got to be careful. And so I've been trying to, you know, save my pennies for Vancouver and bring home some beautiful squishy yarn. That is Wellington, because Wellington likes to talk and he always has something to say. There's food right now. The litter box is clean. So, you know, I don't know what the issue is. He probably wants to sit on my lap or be on the table, or he thinks I'm talking to him. Oh, you gotta love cats. So yeah, so do yourself a favor and get on that hashtag on Instagram and look at all those samplers, because I'm telling you, the Hands Across the Sea samplers, Chessie and Me samplers, oh my God. And then there's all kinds of samplers, like the Savior's Praise. Hello. Like, I'm never doing that, but whoa, I totally like bow down to you people. And oh my God, Saltbox Stitcher. If you want to see some beautiful samplers, you go watch the Saltbox Stitcher floss tube. And Carol is an enabler, and she has done a bazillion trillion samplers. So if you're thinking about stitching on a sampler, check out her podcast, because I'm sure she might have some tips and information. So yeah, so the samplers are just really phenomenal. The Kitten Stitcher. Yes, Teresa, you are a Kitten Stitcher. The Kitten Stitcher, I think, as everybody knows, has the shop Shakespeare's Peddler, I believe. So she's got all kinds of samplers. Yeah, so that's been quite, I've been drooling at work as I'm going through my Instagram feed, going, holy mother of God, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. Anyways, enough of that. So what else is going on? Oh, yes. So, as you all know, because you've all experienced it, today is September the 16th, but I know you all experienced it on Friday. It was Friday the 13th, and it was a full moon. And apparently, that is called dark 13 stitching. So, dark 13 stitching. So there's a hashtag for that too. You got to get on Instagram, people. I'm telling you. Dark 13 stitching. And you know, when I'm at work, I'm a licensed practical nurse. So most of the time, like 99% of the time, I'm working. Oh, hi, baby. That's Wellington. I'm working, but when I'm on break, of course, I'm on Instagram and I'm trying to get, you know, up to date on all my Flosstube podcasts and whatever. Please don't touch that camera because I have it positioned so well. Wellington, you silly Billy. Anyways, Mommy has to be focused right now. Mommy has to be focused. So you go find your sister. Okay, go find your sister. Thank you. So, Dark 13 Stitching. So, as you do, I'm on the internet and I came across something or other. And I think you've all heard of Lindy Stitches. And Stephanie is the designer behind Lindy Stitches. I think everybody's quite familiar with her pieces. You can get them on Etsy. And she had a free pattern that she just recently released in conjunction with an interview she did with Reddit. And it is called, everybody out there is laughing. Anyways, so I decided to do this and I'm going to bring it right up now because I want to get it right. The word urn is in there and so is little. Little Urn of Horrors. Little Urn of Horrors is there. And if you go to her website, I'll bring that up here. Here's the design. I don't know how well you can see this. Lindy Stitches. And I decided that was going to be my Dark 13 start. And another fascinating thing about this free pattern is that she did a YouTube where she talks about designing this piece. So that was very interesting. She talks about the software she uses and her process. And I thought that was really cool. So definitely Lindy Stitches, Flosstube. And yeah, so that, I got distracted. And so I'm doing it on my coffee tea dyed fabric that I talked about last time. And this is where I'm at right now. Can you see that? And I'm using this, I just kind of went into the stash and found some threads. I didn't buy anything specific. This is Needle Necessities, which of course is not called Needle Necessities anymore. It's called something else like Threadworks. And this is number 140. And I'm using it one strand over two. And this is a 32 count. And I think it just looks divine. And then this dark green leaf over here, I believe that is called Blue Spruce or something, and that is Gentle Arts. And I'm doing 2 threads over 2 there because I wanted that dark coverage. And yeah, so that was fun. So I stitched on that like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and now I've moved on to something else. But that was my Dark 13 start. So that was kind of fun. And the way the design is, I think there's lots of blocks of colors. So if I do some outlining, that would be a good piece to take with me when I go on my trip. And then I can just fill it in. Though really I'm supposed to be a knitter when I'm away. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And what else? I know I wanted to just mention briefly that I had been doing the magical stitches. The School of Magical Stitches, which I did enjoy because I did enjoy the Harry Potter books. And I have read them all. I have not seen all the movies, but I have read all the books. And sometimes the books are better, as you know. And I was doing the challenges up until about maybe in July, I think when the school year was over or something, and then things changed to vacation mode, and there was talk about creating a folder of all your whips, and then the challenges might be based on those whips. And I didn't really have a lot of whips, so And then and then some of the pieces that I did have didn't necessarily work. And anyway, so I've been on a bit of a sabbatical from that Magical Stitches, and that's ongoing all the time. That is a Facebook group. Again, I don't know where, if you haven't never heard of it before, I don't know where you've been. But anyways, and that is on Facebook, so you can find that. And I don't know if I'll go back to that because I've been enjoying the 24 hours of cross stitching, these monthly acrostics, and that seems to suit me. And what else did I want to talk about? Oh, yes. Well, I think a lot of you out there who are more into this recent, who are in the know about all the cross-stitching sales that are going on, know that Dark October is coming. Dark October. And that is basically stitching on Halloween patterns and designs for the month. And I guess it's kind of like Stitch Mania, in that Stitch Mania, that was back in May, and some people, you know, they might just stitch on one project for the whole month, or they might do 15 new starts. Similar kind of thing, Dark October, it's about new starts, but not exclusively. Like, I think, you know, you can, but I do have at least three projects that I'm going to focus on, and I will show them to you now. Now, this is a Brenda Gervais, and it's not a recent release, but hello. Brenda Gervais, like, hello. I love the aesthetic. I love this freaking witch, okay? Like, I love her. Don't know if the lighting's very good today. I love her. Now, the only thing missing, Brenda, is a cat, but that's okay. But that is okay. I know this is not recent. This is like 2015. But, you know, on the back, there's like 19 different colors in this pattern. And I don't have these 19. So, you know, I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow on that one. I don't even have fabric for it yet, but this is something, pardon for the crinkle. I'm definitely, you know, and that's something that I'm gonna do when I come back from my trip. I think I've kind of got this idea where that first week I'm gonna be away in October, and then the last 3 weeks when I come back, if I come back, just joking. If I come back, because I'm going to Vancouver, and apparently everybody loves Vancouver. When I come back, I'm going to start one project for each of the remaining 3 weeks in October, if that makes any sense. So 3 projects, and I'll dedicate like a week to that project. So it's not vital that it gets finished, that they're going to get finished. But, you know, I'm going to give them some time. And the other ones, of course, are coming from this great magazine that's been out for months. And I'm such a good floss tuber, eh? I've got my pages marked already. So the Halloween butterfly, I think I've talked about this before. I've seen people stitching this already. And this is on page 11, and it's by, oh my God, she has a Russian name. So my apologies. But it's Olisa Novodzidlova. Not bad, eh? And then I just love these two. Oh my God. Aren't they a scream? Aren't they a scream? That's the Trick or Treat couple on page 19, and that is by Lacy Flowers. I may have pronounced that wrong too. So I just like, I think those are going to be my 3, and we're just going to deal with that, okay? So I don't have any finishes. This is very much just going to be like an update of what I've been doing. So that was my dark October. I talked about my dark October. And dark October, there's two people, I think. Well, there's all kinds of floss tuber doing it, but I think of the Cosyegg floss tube. And of course, again, on Instagram, hashtag dark October stitching. I don't know why I can't speak English right now, but that's okay. I'm just so excited. Okay, so let's go through. So remember the last time I showed you, this is the Stitcher. This is Homespun Sampler. And I haven't done that much on it, but I did start some of the lettering in the middle. And at the bottom here, do I need something behind? I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. Oh no, I'm a bad floss tuber. I was doing so well. Is that better? So yeah, there was at the bottom here, this little sweet thing here. Now, I think if I read the pattern properly, it referred to it as a flower, but the whole time I thought it was an acorn. And then when I stitched it up, it looks like a strawberry. So it's just fantastic. And of course, this little spool here of thread. They were supposed to be satin stitched, and I just did cross stitching, and I'm just so happy with them. And of course, a spool of purple thread, like hello. Perfect. So yeah, and I did work a little bit on I got the embroidery hoop and the piece that she's working on. And I think I'm going to put, it just had random stitching, but I've charted it out, and I think I'm just going to, there's room there to do like a little heart on there, and I thought that would be cute. So that's what I'm going to do there. Now, on my God, this humongous, I really need to cut this, but I'm just lazy. What can I tell you? I'm a licensed practical nurse. I'm very busy. This is the Prairie Schooler. This is an owl. This was a freebie pattern on their website. It's coming along nicely. I think it called to do a brown, black, and a different color of orange, but I've gone with the black. Remember my friend, DMC 310. Yeah, so I'm using the DMC 310 on that. And what else have we got? Well, Sally Spencer, hello. It's Sampler September. I have done a little bit on this, and I put it aside for a while because I had some other things I wanted to work on. And I don't know how well this is going to come up again. Now, I've got both urns done at the bottom now. And I did a running stitch across the bottom so they would line up nicely. And I've got the red down the side. And I've got some of the bands. I'm working on some of the bands. So this makes me happy when I work on it. So I got to get back to that. And the other thing I've been working on is, you ready for this? At the Met. At the Met. Or as I call it, Mary Crawley from Downton Abbey. Are you excited? That movie's coming out. Oh my God. We're just days away. Days away. Anyways, so this is the pattern that I've been having all the grief with the stitching in the black. And I'm doing it on a 28 count. And if I knew black was going to be a pain in the butt, maybe I would have done it on 36 count. And then I wouldn't be feeling like so crappy. And so I've been going through a phase where I've been ripping and redoing. So I've been ripping out the DMC 310, and I've been putting in the Sulky, the 12 weight that I mentioned. I thought I pulled it to show you, but it's on a spool. Like if you went to a quilt shop, it's on like a little spool. And yeah, I thought I suck today. Anyways, yeah. So I've been pulling out. I'll show you. This is where I am. And I don't know if you can see this very well, but the black here is a DMC 310. And down at the bottom here, this is the Sulky 12 weight. And I'm doing it 2 strands here, and down here 2 strands. And up here it was 2 strands of DMC. So I'm in the process of ripping it out. And down here, this beautiful flower motif on the front. This is the Caron water lilies, I believe. It's water lilies, not water flowers. It's or wildflowers. It is Bermuda Reef, I think it's called, this color right here. And instead of doing all the beading that was supposed to go there, I've decided to use my beautiful silk thread that I bought for this, because it's not cheap. And, you know, just to do a couple of stitches here and a couple of stitches there in it, I'm like, no, I'm going to use this thread in this piece. And it's looking really great with the black. So that makes me happy. But stitching the black, not so happy. I've been working on this, and it's like, I feel like I'm not making much progress, because I'm concentrating so much when I'm doing the black, because I want it to lay nicely. And yeah, I wonder if you can hear those birds. Can you hear the birds? You can tell a storm is coming because the birds are having a freak out, and both cats are standing at the ready. They are on guard and watching. So they're very well entertained at the moment. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. That is my update. I'm feeling pretty good about my progress this month. As I said, I have to start like changing the channel in my head to get into this kind of a knitter's mindset. I'm going to be taking workshops. Oh my Lord. I'm taking one workshop with Andrea Rangel. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. R-A-N-G-E-L. She is from BC. She's a Canadian designer. And I'm taking a class with her that is on shawl design. And the other class I'm taking, oh my God, I believe her name is Jennifer Steingass. She's from Maine. And she is known for her color stranded sweaters. If you all, y'all, I love it. I love watching the Americans when they say y'all. I just love it. And it's not very Canadian to say that, I guess, but y'all. If y'all go to Ravelry and you typed in Jennifer Steingass, you would see all of her great patterns and these great yokes. And yeah, so that's going to be fun for me, because I haven't really knit anything like with more than one color. And if I had, it's like one row at a time, not 2 different colors at the same time, if you know what I mean. So so that's going to be fun. And Arne and Carlos, I'm sure you've heard of them. They are from, oh my Lord, is it Norway? I believe they're Norwegian. I believe they are Norwegian. Arne and Carlos. And they have lots of YouTube videos. talking about their knitting style and how they do socks. And you know, Regia, R-E-G-I-A, is a yarn company, and they have come out with these Arne and Carlos colors. And they're doing classes. I'm not taking a class with them, but they are, they're like the main event. They're like the main guest, the special guest, the guest d'honneur for the event, and they're giving a special talk, so I got tickets for that. And there's some kind of a Pom-Pom magazine, I think, is having like a trivia night, so I'll be going to that. And the Merchant Mall, I'm probably just gonna walk in and collapse at the sight of all the beauty before me. You know, I'm going on my own. I won't be meeting anybody there. So I won't have an emergency contact right there at my side if I do keel over. So, yeah, I'll be fine. But it's just, you know, it'll be a lot of sensory stimulation. And when you go to something like this, as I think you all know, I mean, the creative juices just start flowing, and you get reinvigorated, and you get energized about the craft, about making things. And so I'm looking forward to that experience. And yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun in Vancouver. Knitsy, they're actually coming to Montreal in 2020, my hometown. So who knows what 2020 has in store for me. So yeah, so I think that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to say that I'm extending my giveaway for another couple of weeks. And since it's a new podcast and everything, I have this this giveaway. This is the Prairie Fairy. This is a Prairie Schooler design. I have this card, and it would be my pleasure to send this to somebody. And so the question is, I'm looking for, I think I stole this from Olivia of Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. But, you know, I don't think she's going to like mind. Favorite, not favorite. State bird, provincial bird, national bird. Some people have given me animals because their country does not have a national bird. It's quite funny. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm a flexible person. So, please do subscribe, share with your friends, do a like, do a black-capped chickadees in New Brunswick. That is the provincial bird, I do believe, in New Brunswick. In Quebec, I think it's the snowy owl, Harfang des Neiges. So there you go. So this is such a cutie, and I read it out last time, and I'm not going to read it out again because I don't want to horrify anybody. But yes, so please subscribe, comment below, say hi. I want to know where you're from. And any comments, any advice on what I'm doing here, please do share. I'm always open for some good, solid feedback. She says, should I be putting that out there? I don't know. Anywho, thanks so much for watching. This was fun, and I'll look forward to touching base with you, hopefully again before I go away. So in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks so much.